Hi and welcome to my PlayHouse, and today's video is sponsored by Bargain Hardware in the UK. Bargain Hardware reached out to me about a year ago, actually a little bit over a year ago, and asked me if I wanted to collaborate with them. And I was a bit iffy about that. I didn't know them that well, but well, we did find a solution and I started working with them December last year. And then this year, well, it works with a coupon code, and that coupon code didn't work anymore. And some awesome subscribers told me that on Twitter, and I believe also in the comments of a video that the coupon code was gone. And that was a disaster, but very quickly Bargain Hardware got that coupon code up and running again, and that was because it was now a year since we started that collaboration, and the coupon code had a retirement date or something like that. But it has been a great success working with Bargain Hardware in the UK. I usually call it a win-win-win. I get something out of it, you get something out of it, and they get something out of it. So, and to celebrate this, they thought that I should review a new server. So they sent me this free of charge. Yeah, it's not as if I don't have enough servers. So when they wanted to send me something, really, a new server? It's not as if I don't have enough to play with. But when they told me what server they were gonna send, I was intrigued. And I was bloody curious, and this is very interesting, so I agreed. And yeah, let's see if I can multitask a little bit and talk and open this at the same time. So let's move you over here. So as said, Bargain Hardware is in the UK, and they are a hardware broker, and they sell everything from servers and storage systems and laptops and, well, computers, workstations, did I say that already? Components, graphics cards, all kind of, well, all this stuff that you might want to have to play with. This is new, and I have bought components from them, but I've never gotten anything this big. So let's go closer. So this is packed with some foamy thingies. Okay, so they put a bag in there and they blow some foam in there. That is interesting. And we have some other ones. That's an interesting system. There's more. Okay. Oh, this is revealing. It already says ASUS on top of here. It is a used server, so it has scratches built in. Comes pre-scratched. Awesome. I don't have to scratch it myself. They have already done that for me. Oh, bubble wrap. So, yeah. Really? Cables? Really? Yeah, you didn't have to. And screws for, it's probably for the hard drives or for SSDs. So, and more foam. Okay, I guess that's a one part. I'm gonna move you a little bit back so you get the grand view of the reveal. So let's have this out. Oh. And there we are. Oh, that was a mess. So here we have the front of the server, and we can see here that it's an ASUS server, and it's the ESC4000 G2. I'm guessing that's for generation 2, and it's a server. And Bargain Hardware at www.bargainhardware.co.uk has put another sticker over here with a serial number. So if there is anything with the server, well, I guess I can give them that serial number and they will have more information on it. Together with the server, it also comes with an sales delivery note where everything is marked what I've got here. I'm not gonna cheat and look too much at it. Actually, I have already. So it also has a serial number over here and some other numbers over here. If you're into that, you would probably know what that is. I do not know what that is yet. ASUS Tech Computer Institute. Taiwan and Germany. So it says it's made in Taiwan. Let's see if we can get a better view of this. Put a switcher in there, get a better angle. Yeah, look at that. Okay. This server has 8 bays and they are 3.5-inch bays like this. I believe it takes, depending on your RAID controller or your controller in there, SAS and SATA. And they even supply the disk in here. This one, and with a little system here to convert it into 2.5-inch hard drives. These are of course 3.5-inch hard drives, and they supplied a size 200 gigabyte SAS disk. It looks like I have no idea if this is a spinning drive or if it's an SSD. Do I have to cheat? And look, it looks like it's an Hitachi SSD, so it could have been a spinning disk. Well, it could have fooled me, that's for sure, but it does not say anything about RPMs. But yeah, I might have to look that model number up before I really just say that for sure. I don't think there's anything in the rest of them. Oh, come on out. There. I should probably point out that this server is not very expensive. Let's have a look at the web page before we go any further. So this is Bargain Hardware's web page, and it's over here, and I'm just gonna tell you how to find this. If you're interested in this, this is the main page, and they tell you everything. Brexit update. Yeah, that's a danger. So if you want this and are outside the UK, you might just want to put in your order before the end of the year. But if we go up here under rack servers and go all the way over here to storage servers, there are some storage servers here with large form factor 3.5, and if we click that, there is a lot of servers in here. There is a lot of stuff, but here we have the ASUS server. The configuration starts at about 201 pounds, and that's not too bad. But when you go in there, it actually drops to, come on, to 0. There's nothing to start with, but that's because you have to configure it. The first 60 pounds goes to the chassis here, but then, well, you need some processors, you need some heat sinks, then you need some RAM. You might skip some of them if you already have them. You might want a RAID controller. You only have this rather expensive one, 378 pounds, but you might not want that. You might want something else. Then there's hard drives, there's more hard drives. SSD, 200 gigabyte major brands. Oh, that's 132 pounds. Only one in stock. Okay, never mind. But you need some caddies to the hard drives. You would probably want all 8. I'm sure these are hard to get. And graphics cards, a lot of network cards, 5-volt channel cards. And here we have the power supplies, which are rather important, and it takes 2, and these are 90 pounds each, so it adds up. Yeah, we need those power cables for sure. Fortunately, they're not that expensive. But back to the server. Be able to hear some noise in the background. That's just for the regular fans. This is working really well. It's the pellet wood stove in my fireplace over here. It's gonna turn down in just a little bit. The smoke temperature is just about where it stops feeding it pellets. But back to the server. So I was kind of sure that they would send me just a bare bone server, and looking at the paperwork here, that is definitely not the case. Even though they cheated me out of a DVD drive or a CD-ROM drive here, that's not in there. Never mind, we never use that anymore. We have those awesome USB connections over here. Even though these has gotten a bit of rust, I have never seen that before. A rusty server. Okay. Each of the hard drives has a couple of LEDs. I don't know how that works. I must get that from the back plane. Yeah, there's a back plane, and there are some light transferring plastic thingies here. So the light from the back plane is transferred to the front of the tray. That is the normal way to do it. Then you don't have to have wires. It's a bad thing if the back plane LED burns out. That would suck. But well, LEDs last a long time, usually longer than a server. And then we have, I guess that is hard drive activity LED, and 2 network. And funny enough, it seems that this is number 1 and this is number 2. I would have thought it would have been smart to do that better. Then there is an LED here. If someone has put anything in your mailbox, that's the outside mailbox. You can go check. That will light up yellow if that's the case. I don't know why they've put a letter there. It's kind of a weird. I like the exclamation mark better, but apparently I would guess that there is some kind of a message from the system to the user or the system administrator. There's a message, something is not as it should be. Then we have this button here, which I am 100% not gonna tell you what is, because I have 100% no idea what that is. And right next to it is one just like it. No idea. Weird symbols. But we have a power switch and a light on for that. I really should check that out. That's weird as heck. Yeah, that was a no-go. I just scrolled through 112 pages of the manual for this thing, and well, page 3 we're in the BIOS, page 105 we're outside of the BIOS, and they didn't leave in anything about these 2 buttons. Maybe it's on the back of the LED. We will have a look when we open this up. But yeah, well, the front is getting boring, so let's turn it around, see the sides. Okay, we have something on the side here. That is sticking out in an unfortunate way. Oh, I just noticed there's no rails with this. So apparently that's a weird railing system. I mean, there's a lot of these dots along the way. They seem to, I didn't really check if there were rails on Bargain Hardware's page. So we might just have to put it on some rails where it's just sitting on them and not pull it out. I think you can see what's interesting here when we get around the back. Can you? There is a whole lot of space for PCI Express ports here. There are 8 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And it already comes with 2 network ports, the VGA connection, serial connection, 2 USB ports, and I believe that must be the management port up there. You need a little chippy thing to unlock that. I do not know if it's in here, if it's managed. Power supply? Yeah. These are some beefy bastards, I can tell you that. 1620 watts. Are you getting where we're getting at here? 8 PCI Express ports, 1620 watts. You know by now what this is for, don't you? Yeah, we're gonna be able to put some GPUs in this bucket. This server is great for GPUs. There's a lot of power and there's a lot of PCI Express ports. So there's not a lot of extra stuff here. There is some weird port in the middle here that we'll have to check when we get in there. I do not remember what that is. I might have seen it. We'll check. But to get in, we need to untighten these 2. And we should be able to open up. I see that there has been screws on the side here. They have apparently disappeared somehow. But there is more screwing in available. Oh, and we do have some explanation here. Let's see if we can find those buttons anywhere. Okay, maybe I didn't need my glasses. We could just zoom in here so we can see that there is a reset button. That's the first one, the one that you have to really put your finger in there. And then there is a location button, so that if you wanna find, you know, you push the front and then you can go around the back and it will light up some color. I don't know what color this lights up, and you can locate it on the back of the rack, and that is important if you have like 20 of these. It's actually very nice to have that feature. But yeah, I did not know those symbols. They do tell a lot of other stuff here. We have an overview of the system board here. CPU number 1 is furthest back and CPU 2 is near the front. That's must be a Chinese server, this. Kind of opposite of what I would have done. Then it says that this is LAN. There's front and rear features here. The one that we just saw the buttons on. It also has, it says that this is LAN 3. And then it has a star, and there is no explanation of what that star is. So, okay, so that thing up here is an expansion slot, half length, half profile expansion slot. So that little thing up there is another PCI Express port. So we are up to 9 now. That's a heck of a lot. I am very much guessing that that LAN port 3 is where you do the management. And then there's room for an InfiniBand back here as well. And then there is how to take out or put in the CPU. We have the memory configuration, how to do that. We have how to add and remove the GPU card installation. So this is definitely meant for GPUs. And then over here we have RAID card installation. That's apparently ASUS's RAID card that they call PIKE. I don't know that one. So yeah, but it's nice of them to have some explanation on the back of the lid here. I already see some RAM in here. Awesome. So this is the server. Very nice. Backplane up here. It looks like it's individual SATA connection, so maybe this won't do SAS drives after all. It looks a bit weird. Power connections. Can see the backplane down here. It has individual SATA connections going in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That adds up. Then we have some fans here. Don't look like they're hot swappable, mounted on rubber things, but easy to see that over here where the GPUs are going to be located, there are 2 fans, so it's really meant to blow some air through there. That is awesome. There is something populated over here, so there is a card in there. That might be that RAID controller. Yeah, it says that it has that RAID controller, that blotchy expensive one, and it even does SAS drives. And there's a battery unit as well. That must be going up that way. Bit hard to see where that might be hiding. Air buffalo here. Okay, okay. Oh, and that's on a screw, on a stick. So 2 CPUs, and apparently this is CPU 1 and this is CPU number 2. We just learned that. It has 4 blocks of memory, and these are 16 gigabyte memory blocks. I might just have one of those out. Hope they put them in right so I don't have to mess with that. Oh my god, what have they done here? I think we'll try one of the other ones. This one does not want to leave there. I have never come across this way to put in RAM before. Half of the RAM slot does not move. Normally you push these out like that, and then you do that on the other side and it comes up. Here you just push it out and it comes up. But you have to take it out on an angle, but you can push it down straight. And lock it into place, but yeah, you can't. Let's see if can I. Nope, it does not go up. Okay, I am not sure that I like that system, and when I say it like that, you know what that means. I don't like that system. So you can scratch the unsure. I don't like that system. So this is the system board. And beneath it is the power supplies over here. They're pretty long, but there must be room for something else down here. I don't know what they are hiding down there, but I can't see it. It's hidden away. Then there is the riser cards. I really want to take those out, but they have put a screw down here, so I need the screwdriver to unmount that. So be right back. So, screwdriver. Are we lucky? Yes, we are. It will turn the screw. I forgot to check. It could have been a Tox. It wasn't. I was lucky. And how? Where does it fasten up here? There are two tiny screws here. That's not a screw you use for an enterprise server. ASUS. Yeah, with that first one gone, this is giving. So we need to remove this second one as well, which is also way too tiny to be something. Yeah. Might not be a thing that you remove every day, but I really appreciate servers that you can go into the data center and not bring your screwdriver and you'll still get out of there with the job done. So let's have this up. Oh, there is a big slot on the system board. I have to be very careful taking this out. And then there is the power cables. I see that we have two 8-pin connections available for each. That is awesome. So here we have the riser card with good room for two GPUs here. One on top, one on the bottom. Holy moly, and these are all X16s. Very awesome. I am not sure what this metal thing here is. Why they are there. They have seen some dust, so the server has been used for something meaningful. It has been in a very dirty environment, I can say. There's like, oh, filth on there. The data centers I come in, when you take a server down after maybe 5 years of it in production, well, you can't really see on the inside that it has ever been turned on. This is not the case here. But we get a better view of the board down here, and there is a little hidden thing there. I think we are obligated to check that out. What the heck are they hiding in here? Does that come off then? Nah, that does not come off. I might be able to stick my... Oh, a heck of a lot of cables. Just there. They are hiding something up here. I know it. They might have hidden the power distribution down here. The power connections come out here. There's like a circuit board here, and there's probably the same thing on the other end. So the two power supplies goes in here. Power distribution on the bottom of it. This PCB, and power supply slides into the PCB and comes out on this side and comes out on the other side. This is power for the system board, which might also need a bit of power with two big beefy CPUs in there. So yeah, I'll just put this back on there. I'll just have a look at the power cables here. So we have an 8-pin here, and we have an 6+1 here, which will also then turn into an 8-pin. If we do like this, there, two 8-pins, we can power the most powerful GPUs. I'm not sure how much they are really meant to power. We will probably have to look up the specs and see how much power it can supply to each of these connections here. The wires does seem a bit thin. If this is supposed to supply, you know, each 8-pin is 150 watts. So if we put in this in a GPU, we should be able to supply 300 watts, but it's not 100% certain that they have built it to do that, because two of those, that's 600 watts here, that's 600 watts over there, and then the rest there. So they might have Plus it also would be able to take power in from the X16s here, and these are usually 75 watts. If this is really able to supply 300 watts, there would be a lot of power available. So, okay, I think we'll put this back in. So I just put this riser card down again, and it has to go into the system board here in two PCI something connections. But when I put that down, it's very uncomfortable. It's very tough to put back in. So I didn't like that much. Very much afraid of breaking it. So if you do get one of these, I forgot to mention this, they have 14 of these in stock at Bargain Hardware, and that was why they wanted me to have one, because they had a lot of these that they wanted to sell. And that was actually something that I made sure before I said, okay, I would like to review this. I wanted to make sure that they had enough for, well, at least some of you guys to be able to go purchase this. I don't really just want to review something that, well, it's not available. That's no fun at all. But let's go to the other side and see if there's anything different over there. There is a little bit down here that we might have to look at. We have an internal USB port. Very nice of them to put that there. So USB and a power connection, and something here that they don't really say what is. Nothing over there. There's definitely room for, oh, that's the, you can get this with an extension for the InfiniBand connection. That is missing over here. So okay, that's not an option that you can put in later. It's an option that you need to buy when you first buy this server, because that's where the chip is supposed to sit, and there's room for the InfiniBand, I believe is the QSFP, so that would have to sit there. Then there is all the other, I think we should try and have this RAID controller out of there, see what's hiding beneath it. Another pair of tiny screws. I think we need to work on our communication so that I just have to say and then you will know that Morten might not like those tiny screws. So yeah, maybe that was his idea. And there is a lot. Oh, yikes. Different way to do that, but it's a bit crusty down here. Yeah, so you have the RAID controller here, and that goes into 8 SATA connections here. That goes up front to the back plane. I see 2 cables go into 1 cable here, so we have 4 cables going up front of the server. Yeah, that goes down into another PCI Express port right there. So yeah, this expansion is clearly used for the RAID controller. So number 9 is out. I do not like this system. It's too dodgy. That's not the way to do an enterprise server. I would much rather see a SAS controller here, and with 2 mini SAS connections going up in the front, and then those could be divided out into those 8 hard drives, and that would have been much better than this cable mess here. We do actually also have 8 SATA connections down here on the system board, so this is not needed if you want to run software RAID. Let's put this back in. So system board over here, we have some chips that I don't know what is. Looks like we might have a graphics chips here for the VGA port. Okay. Battery. That goes up here, down there, in there. Are they hiding a battery in there? And this cable back here, paper thin wires, right up against that one. I don't know if that's a good idea. I think we're in. That's what she said. Okay, cool. I'll screw that. So this server is from about 2013, 2014-ish. It uses the Intel Xeon E526 version 1 and version 2 CPUs. So this is actually supplied with 2 12-core CPUs. And according to the paperwork here, these are the Intel Xeon E5-4657L, and they are V2 version 2. They're 2.4 GHz, 8 GTS per second, 12C, 30 megabytes of cache, SR19F, which I do not know what stands for. And these are rather good CPUs actually. I have just been going over the other side here to see if there was anything other and interesting that I could point out, and there's not. Same system on the back with the two little screws. Over here we have, oh, that's not the way to do that. So we have some cables that goes to a fan. That really should be down there. Yep. Let's get out of the way. I'm sure this server would do very good at Bitcoin mining. I'm also very certain that it would be a very powerful Plex server. Room for 4 GPUs. I don't even know if Plex would be able to use 4 GPUs, but well, you could have a Plex server here running on VMware or Proxmox, and you could give like 4 Plex servers each a GPU, and yeah, that would be powerful as heck. It could also be used in a professional environment. If you're doing something like AutoCAD or 3D Studio Max, you could have people remote desktoping in working on system, and they could have dedicated GPU acceleration. That would also be great. I have a problem though. I don't have 4 graphics cards that I can put in here. I might just have to go shopping a little bit. See, this is not supposed to go off like I did. I was putting this back. It's ASUS, you need to practice this. This is flimsy as heck and a real problem to get back in. So, not that great. This one goes up in front. Oh, I'm still searching for that battery. Oh, I found it. I found the battery. It's located right here. Those 4 screws are holding a battery in the front of the server here. And there is no way in heck to get to that. How did... Oh, you take the front off. Okay, we need to do that. Sorry, I'll loosen a bunch of these tiny screws. We will have to have a look at that. We cannot have them hiding stuff from us. So, let's see. Yeah, that comes off. Turns around, and then we have the magic. Or something. We could mount some stuff here. There's kind of room to mount something here. If that battery wasn't that, sir. Just look at that. What were they thinking? Mounting that battery like that. I don't think that was the way to do that. Really, that's dodgy as heck. Some insulating plastic and just screwed in there, and it's rusty. This server has done something in a too humid environment and has rusted. I have never had a server that has rusted before. I guess it has some patina. I don't know how you say that in English, but well, it has that old look to it. This server has a lot of good use cases for it. With the many GPUs that it can have in the back, the 8 3.5 inch hard drives it can have in the front, CD-ROM here. You can put in one of those converting trays where you have an SSD in here instead of a CD-ROM drive. That would be a way better use. Then you have the battery taking up this good space. That would be so much less stupid to put over here instead. And then you would have another space here. I would almost think that you could fit 2 SSDs. 3, 4 SSDs right there if you really wanted to. Doesn't really matter. But we found the battery. It's secretly located right there. So I was just looking at this. This is actually a rather long server. Up here we are measuring almost 80 centimeters from the the back. Okay, maybe not. Yeah, those power supplies sticks out. And to the top of the handles here is 80 centimeters. So a long server. Looks to be some nice beefy powerful fans in here. I'm sure they can move some air through here. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, is that right? 1 2 3 4 5 plus 2 7. Yeah, it's not as if I don't know how this works. As soon as you're ready to do the last shot, your bloody light battery is worn out and you need to charge it. This video was sponsored by Bargain Hardware, and I do recommend you go check this out. It's at their webpage. I showed you that under storage servers, 3.5 inches. They have a lot of other good systems there. I thought this one was very interesting because it has room for those GPUs in the back. They have lots of servers that has the space in the front. 8 isn't even that great, 12 is available. This server has a lot of possibilities, and just admit it, you don't know if you're gonna get anything interesting for Christmas, so you might just go and make sure. So I am affiliated with Bargain Hardware, so if you go and use the checkout code MyPlayHouse, small letters, you will get 5% off of your purchase on this and everything else that you purchase there. There's an option for you, and if you want to wait until I test this out, put it in my data center and put some power on it, well, you can also do that, because that's gonna be the next video where we try and power this up, make sure that it works. But there is always the danger that these will be out of stock by then. I'm not that popular, but this might just be an awesome Christmas gift for you or, well, someone else. And the CPUs that can go in this can be really powerful. The ones that are in here, what was that, the E5 4657L? Well, the benchmark about 12,500 each, and that is really not too bad. So yeah, do go check out Bargain Hardware, bargainhardware.co.uk, preferably before Brexit here in just a few days. No one really knows how that's gonna go, so we might have an update in sometime January. But thank you very much for watching my videos. Do subscribe to my channel so that you can see me again, and have a really nice day. Bye bye.